and welcome to the video lectures on Unit 5. In 5th unit, we are going to study two topics. First one is curve fitting and second is ordinary differential equation. First, we will focus on curve fitting. In this video, I am going to explain the need of curve fitting. To understand the purpose of curve fitting, we are going to see two examples. First example is of predicting house price. Let's say you have a friend who wants to sell their house and they want to know how much money they can get for the house. And what they did is they collected the data of the houses that were sold in the past. So the data is given in this table, and the data is like this. For a house whose area is 1000 square meters was sold at a price of 25,000. Similarly, another house whose total area, floor area was 2050 was sold at a price of 40,000. And similarly, the house whose floor area was 3,550 was sold at a price of 62,000. And now your friend plots the data on the graph which is given here. The graph is between the price of the house and the floor area of the house. So let us plot the data. So we'll start with x-axis. And the values are like this. So 1000 square meters, 2000 square meters. I'm not going to write complete value. So this is 3000 square meters and 4000 square meters. Similarly, on y-axis, the prices are like this. So starting with 15,000. So this is 15. The price is 15,000. Then so should be 30,000. So we'll take increments of 15,000, then 45,000 and 60,000. Now your friend plots the data that is given in the table. So let's say for 1000 square meter the price was 25,000. So for 1000 square meter the price was 25,000. So maybe somewhere here, that is the first data point. Then for 2050 square meters the price was 40,000, very close to 2. So the price was 40,000 roughly over here. Then for 2500 the price was 46,000. So somewhere here in the middle we have 25,000. So this is 46,000, maybe somewhere here roughly. Then 2,830, very close to 3, and the price was like 51,500. So somewhere here. And finally, for the floor area of 3,550, the last point is at the middle of this circle, and the price of that house was 62,000. Somewhere here. So that's the fifth data point. Let me erase these lines. We don't need them. We just need the intersection. We need the points where our data points lie. Okay. So those are the 5 points for the area price combination of the past houses sold. And now let's say that the floor area of your friend's house is, let's say, uh, maybe 3000 square meters. So your friend's house has a floor area of 3000 square meters, and now they want to find out what should be the price. And to do that, they try to uh, plot a line. They try to fit a curve, maybe a line like that, that goes straight, or that passes through all the points. Not all the points, was most of it. And this line represents a trend between the price and area of a house. So to find out the price of their house, your friend simply draw a vertical line at 3000, and then from that intersection with the violet straight line goes on the price axis and finds out the price here at this point. So it may be, let's say, 55. Okay. So this is the first example. Then second example. This is a steam table which you might have used in subject thermodynamics, and this gives the data. So you can see there are various columns. The first column is temperature, the second column is saturated pressure, then specific volume, and so on. And what the data says, we know that the first value of temperature, or the first value of the data, is known at a temperature of 0.01 degrees centigrade. Let's say the saturated pressure at 0.01 degrees centigrade is 0.6117. Similarly, the temperature of 10 degrees centigrades corresponds to a saturated pressure of 1.2281 kilopascals, and so on. Now let's say that I want the same data. Let's say I want a saturation pressure at, let's say, maybe 70, somewhere between this. I want a saturated pressure at 17 degrees centigrade. Okay, so what will happen is that we believe that the data collected, or the steam table, is obtained from very carefully designed experiments. So the error involved in the data in the steam table is very less as compared to the previous example, in which the data was not completely accurate. There was a significant error involved. But in this example particularly, the data about the steam table is obtained by carefully designed experiments. Okay, so what we want is a pressure, value of pressure at a temperature of 17 degrees centigrades, which is not given directly in this table, but we know the values of pressure at 15 degrees centigrade and 20 degrees centigrade, 25 degrees centigrade, and then 0.01, and so on. So let us see if we can plot a graph. So on the next slide, I am going to plot the graph of that data and see if we can obtain the value of pressure at 17 degrees centigrade. Let us do that. So this is the graph that I have already plotted for the first 6 values of temperatures and pressure. So you can see that this is the first point. This is the first point. Temperature 0.01. I have plotted the temperature on x-axis and pressure on y-axis. Similarly, this is the point that corresponds to those two values of temperature and pressure. This is the point that corresponds to those two values of temperature and pressure, and so on. And what we need now is we need the value of pressure at 17 degrees centigrade. So maybe somewhere here I am using red color. So this is 17 degrees centigrade, and to obtain the value of pressure at 17 degrees centigrade, I will have to connect the points using a smooth curve. So maybe the curve can be connected. Maybe there is a curve that goes through these points, and then I simply draw a vertical line from 17 degrees centigrade, and then I go on the vertical axis, maybe somewhere here, and I get the value of pressure for a temperature of 17 degrees centigrade. So this is the second example, and now you can see what we have done in both the examples is we tried to fit a curve. It might be either a curve of 0 degree, which is a horizontal line. In example 1, we fitted a curve of first degree because it was a slanted line. In the second example, in this example, we have fitted a curve which may be of second degree parabola. Okay, so this task of fitting the curves, fitting polynomials to the discrete data points obtained from performing experiments or from survey is known as curve fitting. So this is the purpose of curve fitting, and this is done because we need the values at intermediate points between the known data points. So for example, in this particular example, we knew the temperature at 20 degrees centigrade, 15 degrees centigrade. We knew the data at a temperature of 15 and 20 degrees centigrade, so which we plotted here, and for example, this is the data points. We knew the data at two discrete points, but we wanted the value at a temperature of 17 degrees centigrade. So actually 17 should be exactly in between 16 and 18, but that's fine. And for that we fitted a curve roughly by hand. It's not done by hand in real life. There are sophisticated techniques available. So we fitted a curve by hand, and then we used the curve to find out the pressure at 17 degrees centigrade. So somewhere here, maybe 2 point something, I guess. Not 2 points, should be 1 point. So it should be 1.8, might be 1.8 roughly. Okay. So this is the purpose of curve fitting. So briefly, this is the explanation. Data is often given or available for finite discrete points, and this data is obtained from experiments, standard tables, surveys, etc. There might be other sources of these data. However, we need estimates of values between these given or available discrete points. Then sometimes we may want to simplify a complicated function. So you may have a weird function like this, let's say of x or y is equals to maybe x square e raised to minus x plus sine x divided by x square plus tan x, or let's say plus x cube, and so on. So this is a very complicated function, and you can also plot it in GeoGebra. And instead of this, can we obtain an equivalent simplified function which approximates this function? So both of these applications which are given in color, so this is the first application where data is often given at finite discrete points and we want the estimates of value between these given discrete points. And second is sometimes we want to simplify a complicated function, we use curve fitting. Okay, so we'll start with the techniques in the next video. There are two techniques of curve fitting known as regression and interpolation. In the next video, I will give a brief introduction to both the techniques and then we will start with regression and then we will cover interpolation. See you in the next video.